Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboy Roundup, biggest July concerns, Cooper Beebe to start? Let's take a look at some of the latest Dallas Cowboys news and headlines making the rounds in Cowboys Nation as we continue the first week of July, with the 4th just around the corner. Training camp is only a few weeks away. The Cowboys are a few weeks away from the start of training camp, and there are still a number of concerns hanging over the team's head. Of course, the most glaring issue is the team's contract situations with Ceedee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and, to a lesser extent, Micah Parsons. There have been reports that Lamb could hold out of training camp until he gets a new deal. The Cowboys Wire breaks down the team's biggest July concerns, and why the time is now to strike a deal. The Cowboys got a steal with Cooper Beebe in the third round of the 2024 NFL Draft. Beebe can play every position along the line, which makes the two-time All-American and two-time Big 12 Offensive Lineman of the Year more valuable in the pros. There is a real chance that Beebe could win the starting center job in training camp, where he will battle with Brock Hoffman, so it will be worth watching to see how he performs. Over at the mothership, Nick Eatman gives us a rundown of what the Kansas State product could bring to the table. Ranking the Dallas Cowboys past 10 seasons from worst to first. Ranking NFC East linebacker groups from worst to first. Dallas Cowboys select star RB in early 2025 NFL mock draft. Time to give Trayvon Diggs and Darren Bland the credit they deserve. Dallas Cowboys 2024 training camp open practice schedule. Ranking the NFC East interior defensive lines from worst to first. DeMarcus Lawrence could be in final year as a Cowboy, he's been one of the best. Should the Dallas Cowboys consider trading Ceedee Lamb? Cowboys news, AT&T Stadium to host 100th East-West Shrine Bowl. They say everything is bigger in Texas, and the East-West Shrine game will celebrate its 100th season in style. The legacy of the East-West Shrine Bowl is well established in the annals of football and the NFL, as it relates to being a long-standing and respected showcase for professional football prospects, and, next spring, they'll take yet another sizable step in solidifying it globally, thanks to the home of the Dallas Cowboys. In 2025, the All-Star Game will move to AT&T Stadium and broadcast on NFL Network to help commemorate its 100th edition, per NFL.com, a nod to what the contest has achieved over the past century. It also shows that the Metroplex has proven a great host for the event, with the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco hosting the 99th edition of the East-West Shrine Bowl in 2024. 1 year later, they head to Arlington to entertain a much larger capacity crowd. A total of 57 players were drafted in April who participated in the All-Star Game several weeks earlier, 8 players in the first 3 rounds alone, e.g., Ejaren Cooper, Renardo Green, setting a new record and marking a whopping 97% increase over the 2020 season, and a 23% bump from 2023. The Cowboys' handling of extensions this offseason has been met with outside criticism. The Cowboys have gone from all-in to potential 5-alarm fire. They couldn't enhance the team in free agency because they needed to figure out contract situations with 3 key players: quarterback Dak Prescott, receiver Ceedee Lamb, and linebacker Micah Parsons. As training camp approaches, they still haven't solved a single one of those problems. It's potentially going to blow up later this month. In just over 3 weeks, the Cowboys report for camp. They start practicing in Oxnard on July 25th. Lamb, who skipped the entire off-season program, including mandatory minicamp, reportedly isn't planning to show up for training camp without a new deal. He's entering his 5th-year option, at a salary of $17.991 million. That's roughly half of the current top of the market at his position, i.e., $35 million. Per the NFLPA, the Cowboys have $13 million in cap space. A new deal with Dak would create more of it by driving down his cap number for 2024 from $55.4 million. That said, a new deal for Lamb also could create current year cap space via a big signing bonus and a minimal salary. For example, a 5-year deal with a $30 million signing bonus and a minimum base salary of $1.17 million would trim more than $10 million from his current year cap number, sending it to $7.17 million. Everyone wonders where Dallas' 2024 journey will take them, for better or worse. Where do the 2024 Cowboys go from here? I didn't want to make this column team-centric, because all 32 enter camp with questions. But it's impossible to get on the highway to the regular season without rubbernecking at what's going on with America's team. The coach, Mike McCarthy, and quarterback, Dak Prescott, are in contract years. Ditto for the star receiver coming off a 1,700-yard season, Ceedee Lamb. Micah Parsons, conversely, has 2 years left on his deal, but could make a push to get paid early, like his fellow 2021 first-rounders Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith and Penei Sewell have this offseason. And the stakes have been raised on all of those negotiations, with Dallas's inaction. Since the start of the offseason, Lawrence and Jared Goff have joined the $50 million club. And they got there without the leverage Prescott has, on the open road to free agency that the Dallas QB's wildly expensive 2025 tag number, $79.39 million, creates for him. The Cowboys made Prescott play out his rookie deal and threw one franchise tag before, and have carried this situation into the final months of his second contract. So, really, there'd be no reason for him to give his team a hometown discount. Ceedee Lamb trade rumor pops up amid Cowboys standoff. Ever since he entered the league in 2020, Ceedee Lamb has consistently been one of the best wide receivers in the league. He never misses any games, is as reliable as they come, and has improved every single year so far. The 25-year-old already has 3 1,000+ receiving yard seasons and broke the franchise record for receptions and yards in a single season in 2023. Entering the 5th and final year of his contract after the Cowboys picked up his option, Lamb is understandably still waiting for his big payday. However, Jerry Jones and company has chosen to play hardball with the 3-time Pro Bowl. As a result, the Cowboys are risking losing Lamb, either next offseason, or according to new rumors circulating online, by a trade request this season. It has been suggested that Lamb expects at least $32 million per year in a new deal, which would make him the second highest paid receiver in the league. This is an understandable demand by Lamb, and it's impossible to understand what the Cowboys are holding out for. They are not going to be able to get him for anything cheaper if he has another season at the same level he has shown over the last couple of years. Currently, the highest paid WR in the league is Justin Jefferson, who makes $35 million per year. He is followed by A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Tyreek Hill, who make over $30 million AAV. Among that group, only Hill has more receiving yards than Lamb over the last 2 seasons. If it is not the Cowboys, it will be another team willing to make Lamb one of the highest paid non-QBs in the league. Jerry Jones can't afford to continue this standoff, especially after he already angered the fanbase with an underwhelming offseason. Ceedee Lamb requesting a trade would be the final nail in the coffin for the Cowboys and their 2024 hopes. The Dallas Cowboys are still among the favorites, plus 800, in the NFC to make the Super Bowl according to FanDuel Sportsbook. They need Lamb at his best to have a chance to do so. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Ceedee Lamb? Leave your opinion in the comments.